3 wins per day. 3 wins per day. What 3 things did you do today to advance your goals in life, to improve yourself? Women, and everyone frankly, loves to see someone who is continuously improving, who is on a trajectory to do good things in life. Women love it. Becoming the best man you can be does not happen overnight. It does not. Just reading my book doesn't get the job done. The book lays out a roadmap and gives you a ton of tools to help you along the path. So how do you get there? What does work? We'll get into all of that in this episode, right after a quick word from our sponsor today, me. Hi everyone, welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to Flirting. I am David, the author of the book of the same name, Gentleman's Guide to Flirting, available on Amazon.com. I am also your host and the exalted leader of the Gentleman's Guide to Flirting empire. You will be able to find this content on YouTube or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Thank you for joining. Let's get started. Hello everyone. Welcome to episode 23 of the Gentleman's Guide to Flirting podcast. I am David, the author of the book. This week we're going to dive into an absolutely critical subject, improving yourself every day to become the best man that you can be. To be someone that women desire. There are no magic words or tricks to get you there with women. Pickup lines don't work. You are not going to fake your way into anything good or anything that lasts. I want to talk about this in a larger context, however, today. So how do you get there? What does work to achieve the type of success that I keep talking about? What works? Having a plan and then stacking wins every day. Piling up the wins that work toward those goals day after day after day. Stacking wins. What does that mean? What is the history of the term? Where did I get it from? The concept of wins and stacking wins isn't original to me. I adopted it. I read a lot of motivational material from all sources. I started seeing references to wins and stacking wins from several NFL players starting a few years ago. For our non-US listeners, the NFL is the National Football League, which is a wildly successful American football organization in the United States. That talk about stacking wins really caught my eye. I thought a lot about how that sports metaphor might adapt to my own life and yours. Think about how good it feels to get things done, that sense of accomplishment, that feeling when your to-do list is done, when that project at work is done, when that contract for your client is complete and buttoned up. Think about how you feel. Wins, the way I define them, are really just small gains, small, tiny accomplishments, but they are part of a larger goal. The wins needed to achieve one type of goal might all be doable in a single day. However, some goals may span a long period of time, weeks, months, or even years, and require the accumulation of hundreds of smaller wins to achieve. As an example, I wanted to make this podcast episode. I needed an idea, a killer idea. Coming up with a good idea that has value for you guys is a win toward that goal of creating this podcast episode. I need an outline so that I won't babble like an idiot and waste all of your time. Creating that outline is a win toward that goal. I need to sit down and record the raw content, another win. I need to make the artwork for the YouTube video, another win. I need to edit the raw recording down to something more polished, win. I need to extract clean audio for the podcast, a win. I need to write good copy to explain what this episode is all about, the description, another win. I need to upload the video to YouTube, win. I need to upload the audio to my podcast host, a win, and then schedule everything. The final win in the sequence, goal achieved, next goal. Until I learned the value of breaking things down into smaller pieces, I struggled getting things done. I procrastinated. and that hurt me in many ways. Once you change your life to stack wins every day, you'll see your confidence increase, and so will the women you approach and everyone else in your life. You are someone who has goals and drive and energy, who is going places, and who will do whatever it takes to be who he needs to be in life. You don't sit around and complain. Now, what about the bigger stuff? The things that take a lot of effort and take much longer than a few minutes or a day to complete. Things bigger than that podcast creation example I gave you before. For example, you need to progress your projects at work. You need to take better care of your clients and customers. You want to make more or better things to sell to your clients and customers. You want to achieve your education goals. You want to achieve your health goals. Or you just want to get stuff done around the house. I recommend aiming for at least 3 wins per day. At least 3 wins per day. Think about it. That's over 1,000 wins per year. Nearly 100 per month if you average a little more than 3 per day. Imagine how much progress you can make. How much stuff can you get done with over 1,000 wins per year? Or more. But David, I can hear some of you say, there are only 5 work days in a week. Your math isn't right. No, it isn't. Not in my world or yours. There are no days off. No days off. The world is a tough, competitive place. I wish I could be easier about this, but the world is just brutal. Your people need you, your family, friends, partners, and others that you care the most about. Your future family needs you to stack those wins every day. They need you to succeed. They need you to lead the way. They need you to prosper. How do you want your future family to see you? Your future wife? How do you want your future children to think of you? You still want those days off in this tough world? You want them to think this guy is the best. He takes care of us. He's got our backs. I love that guy. All right, back to the mechanics of this. Take the big stuff and break it up into smaller, doable things, pieces. And then execute on those small things in the right priority order. Track this stuff. You can use tools like Trello, Trello. That's kind of like project management software that you can get to online. Or just use a paper notebook. I use Trello myself to organize myself and set up my wins for the creation of this book. There's a free version available. There's not even any cost involved. There were a lot of wins needed over 3+ years to make this book happen. Do whatever works for you. Just do it. All right, another example. This may hit close to home for some of you. Let's say you are a single guy sitting at home with no money and no woman. You're unhappy. But you want to start a family, or you just want to have a great girlfriend, or you want to get out in the world and live life and prosper and be happy. There are millions of guys out there like you. Don't feel singled out. Guys who feel that they are too fat, too poor, live in an area with no prospects, or are too hopeless or too whatever, discouraged. I reject that mindset completely. There is opportunity all around you. Go get after it. What are you doing every day? Don't lay in bed until noon. Have a plan. Have goals. Get up and execute against your plan. You have at least 3 wins to achieve today against those goals, dude. Go! What are you waiting for? Don't sit around wondering what it would be like to have money, or good health, or lose weight, or great girlfriends, or children, or whatever it is you want in life. Get out there and do it. But for the big stuff, you might need to achieve that bit by bit, win by win, by small win, every day. Break that bigger stuff down into steps and execute that day after day. Don't sit around and be discouraged by the size of your projects or how unachievable things seem. Break things down into small, doable steps and start executing every day. If at the end of the day you don't have at least 3 wins stacked up, go get back to work. Get back after it. Less than 3 won't cut it. More than 3 is better. Pile those wins up. With all of that said, I want to be crystal clear about something. You don't need to have everything done before you can meet a great woman. I am not saying that you need to be a successful millionaire with a chiseled Adonis body to get a woman. Far from it. The opposite, really. I look like shit. I guarantee 99% of you look better than me. But my attitude is right, and my actions are right. I want you to have the same, and that is why I wrote this book and put out these podcasts. A lot of women just want you to have yourself mostly together and for you to be on a good path and have ambition and energy and drive. And that is exactly what we talk about in part 1 of the book, before we get to all the fun stuff in parts 2 and 3. That is what we talk about in this podcast, driving toward personal excellence in every way, day after day for yourself, so that you can take care of the people you care about most in this world. Get out there and get after it. Let's go!